Bakes with A's 50 calorie vegan cookie. Y'all tagged me in this recipe for review because you know I love cookies, but there's a problem with that. I'm not
vegan.
Okay, then pretend this shoe is whatever you people eat. Maybe it is a shoe.
So I hope it doesn't taste like that. Recipe macros taste. Let's do this thing. For the recipe score, Bakes with A is taking on an almost impossible challenge of trying to make a low-calorie cookie and making it vegan. However, it's extremely easy to make. It only takes 4 ingredients that everyone should have on hand. You put it in a bowl, you mix it, and you spread it out on the parchment paper. The one tip I would have is make sure you spray it with nonstick. I actually had to make this recipe twice because the first time I didn't spray it and it stuck to the parchment paper. Second time I sprayed it and it came out just fine. But overall for a recipe score, 8.5 out of 10. For the macro score, it's not a protein type dessert, but I'm still going to look at the same factors. For calorie to protein ratio, you get a 40. You get 5 grams of fiber in all 4 cookies, and then it has 0 grams of added sugar. But since it's intended as a low-calorie cookie and not a protein cookie, especially with it being vegan, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 on macros. Okay, since I want to do these justice and get them right when they're out of the oven, let's get right into this thing. Also, because I'm an ex-fatty who loves cookies.
Hail the conquering fat ass!
First bite, really light, really fluffy cookie. Not a chewy cookie, not a cakey cookie. Very light, very fluffy. Really strong applesauce taste. That's the main taste I'm getting so far. I almost would have added more of the 0-calorie brown sugar to it just to make sure there's more sweetness in there. Some bites I get really sweet bites. Some bites are pretty bland. Still, the biggest taste halfway through this that I'm getting is applesauce by a mile. Which nothing wrong with that if you like applesauce and you're trying to go vegan. Nothing wrong with that at all. I am not trying to knock creators whatsoever. Companies, I'll knock all day, every day. Creators, I don't want to knock. It takes a lot of balls to put your recipe out online. And you took on an almost impossible challenge of making a low-calorie cookie. But still, for as difficult of a challenge as this is, you did a damn good job. Especially when you get a chocolate chip in there. Definitely good enough I was happily willing to finish it. This is not a knock on Bakes with A whatsoever. I mean, she took on an impossible challenge of making a low-calorie cookie. Cookies are probably the hardest thing to make low-calorie. I've never been able to successfully do it. Probably one of the best attempts I've seen at it, but still, 7.5 out of 10. Really moist, really good light chew. Some bites have really good sweets, especially when you get a chocolate chip. But if you don't get that, it can be a little bit bland, and I'm mainly tasting applesauce. So, 7.5 out of 10. Averaging the 3 stats for the vegan cookie takes it to a 7.6 out of 10, and I'm going to bring that up to an 8 out of 10 because it's solid on all 3 factors. It works extremely well as a vegan cookie, and since a low-calorie cookie is almost impossible to make, this was surprisingly moist and had some pretty good taste in it. So if you're vegan and you're looking for a low-cal cookie, give this a try.